What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a movie review. Now, the movie we're going to be talking about today is Hoppers. Now, before we get started, haven't done this in a long time, but spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie, tread lightly because I am going to be giving a little bit of spoilers. Not like major spoilers, but there's going to be some in there. So, caution at your own risk. But the movie Hoppers is about a girl who, simply put, she's trying to protect this creek that she and her grandmother basically set at. They would basically, sit down, and she had anger issues, and she would just listen to the wind, my friend. And of course her grandmother passed, because I was looking at that, I was like, okay, I see where this is going. And so she's trying to protect this creek from being destroyed, and she has to find a beaver to do it. And she happens to find upon this technology where she's able to transfer her conscience into a beaver. So she's trying to bring the beaver over to the creek to, simply put, stop the construction from destroying the creek entirely. Now, this movie, I have to say first, and I know I'm gonna sound a little shady, but I like this movie because it's not a sequel or a third movie. This is just it's an original movie. And the reason why I say that, I'm sorry, y'all. Toy Story gotta stop. I mean, I may watch it, but I'm like, look, come on now. Now we fighting like Woody got a bald spot on the back of his head, and we fighting lily pad iPad children. I'm like, come on now. Like, sometimes you might just wanna just stop. And I'm just saying that, y'all. Like, that's just how I feel, because I'm like, you can make more original movies, and that's why I like this one, because this one was really cool. The reason why I like this is because, first of all, the jokes, well, not even the jokes, but the references that they made to other movies. And one of them was, in the first part, she's trying to break this tortoise out of a school enclosure. And when she grabs the tortoise, you look at the name of the tortoise, and it is basically, "Hi, my name is Crush." Now, if you don't know, I'm not like an analytic when it comes with people who look at Pixar stuff. But if you don't know, in the Nemo movie, they made a sea turtle named Crush. So I'm like, that's cool that they're, it's almost like showing an Easter egg from an old movie. And then, of course, they also made reference, which that's the fun. I love that joke. The joke was hilarious, where the scientist is explaining how you transfer your conscience into a artificial body, and the girl's like, so it's like Avatar, and it's like, it's nothing like Avatar, even though every single time that their artificial beast died, they'd wake up in a tizzy, and it reminded me of when the people died in the Avatar movie. They get shot and they're like, oh god, what happened? So those parts, I love those. Another thing was the jokes. The jokes were all around funny, and some of them weren't actual jokes, but one of the jokes, I don't use this word. I try not to use this word, but it was funny because it was so only adults would know about it. So Mabel's talking to all the animals, the different animals. They've got snakes, fishes, and it's the council. And basically the birds what we go by is flock around and find out. And I was laughing because it's I know what that means. I'm like, wow, they really went there. So that was hilarious. But even funnier, in that scene, one of the part of the council members was a butterfly, and this butterfly, mind you, was talking Mabel's we might want to back out this. The butterfly walks over and starts talking smack to Mabel. She's getting in Mabel's face, talking all this smack, and Mabel goes and crushes the butterfly, and everyone's sitting here it's basically a blatant silence. Everyone's laughing because it's just so random. So then basically, she gets attacked by the animals, but then it's just so funny. And another thing, I'm not gonna spoil a lot, like I said, but basically the one of the things is they were trying to go after this certain guy, and the animals decided we got to bring in an apex predator. What ends up happening is they have these seagulls dive bomb into the water, and then they fly up, and they got this great white shark flying this thing like an airplane, and she's going after like this guy, flies next to the car, and mind you, she's speaking like an airline assistant, like, okay guys, we got this, let's see who I'm trying to attack, everybody. Then she's like, hi, you might want to, this is gonna hurt a little bit, while her teeth are like, her mouth is open with like her sharp teeth. Not only that, the whole scene with the shark in it is just like, it was giving me Jaws. I've never seen the movie Jaws, but it was giving me Jaws scenes where she's like, so I was like, that was so hilarious. And also, I didn't even say about another thing with the East, it being like with other basically movies, Pixar movies. At the end of the movie, the scientist, Mabel asked the scientist, so are you still working on the Hopper technology? And she's like, nah, the director closed us off on that. And then flips the board, she's like, I'm gonna work on another thing. She flips the chalkboard, and it's like speaking collars, specifically dog speaking collars. And I was like, yo, they use those in Up, if y'all don't know the movie Up. So I was like, I wonder if this fits in the timeline, because I do know like with Pixar fans, they have like a whole timeline where all the movies are kind of in line how they work. But I was like, I wonder if this is a part of that. So I'm like, that's really cool. And also, I will say, it's not a spoiler, but the antagonist was creepy, and it's not who you think it was. Like, we were surprised. I was surprised who the antagonist was. So, kind of like I said, kind of closing it out. Like, this movie was really nice, and even they had the story of where it's like sometimes, you know, don't look at everybody's a part of this. We're all a part of trying to fix this issue. Just not one person is trying to fix it. We're all a part of it. So it had a good life lesson to it as well. And I was like, I really liked the movie because it was funny. It was like the jokes, the visuals were cool. Even one thing that was really cool was when you looked from Mabel's eyes, like as far as with her looking at the beaver, like the beaver had like almost dot eyes. But when Mabel was in, like when she was in her human form, but when she was like in like the beaver form, the characters, like all the animals had pupils in their eyes. They had like more like emotional reactions to everything. So that was really cool too. So like I said, I really liked the movie. If y'all seen it, tell me what y'all thought about it. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. And remember, like the video, share it with your fam. And if you subscribe, click that bell icon to be notified for more videos. And I'll see you on the next video, y'all. Bye, y'all. Have a blessed evening, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.